Hello, I'm at GuffmanHouse.com. That's Mike Neville from 32 and Joe Sexton. And we're going to go through Joe's top 3 snowboard boots from the 32 lineup for the 2020 season. Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
So good. Welcome back, everyone. Joe, it's always fun having you in.
It's always fun to be here.
Yeah, same with you. Not to just give you. Yeah, Mike has been with 32 for 20 years. Joe, we were just kind of talking about. It's been over a decade now.
Yeah, for sure 10
wow.
something. It's wild.
Wow, it's been so much fun to see you navigate the different boots that you've had, colorways and pro models and signature ways in, and it's kind of cool to see how the product has evolved around what you prefer in whatever time frame that you're in.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't know, which you should, Joe just got the freaking cover of the brand new Snowboarder magazine. Congrats again for that.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. But we want to talk about Joe's top 3 boots.
Yeah.
And these are kind of 3 that you've found that you're gravitating towards.
Yeah.
To kind of start it out and talk about the 32 lineup and your cover, what boots were you wearing in that cover?
That was probably Shifty Boa.
The Shifty Boa?
Yeah.
All right.
And again, it's like I can't even explain why I gravitate towards certain boots, but
right.
I feel like every year thinking over the summer or something, I just get a new idea of like maybe they have new technology or maybe. But it seems to always be just like something that I never even thought of before. Like we were here before and like I'm like, what's that exit boot? And like try that thing on and I don't know, I like to mix it up. And I some things I like to keep the same and some things I like to change, and I feel like if it's a boot, if it's a liner, if it's a thing, it just gives like a little bit of extra, like just something different to try out, and it usually gets me excited.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and now for this season, you have a very specific Joe Sexton boot coming out.
Yeah.
It's a mid-season release. Which boot is it again?
That's the 86.
The 86. Yeah. Traditional lace?
Yep, traditional lace. So that's another one. It's like a good, and I rode that boot. That was my first boot I had a colorway in ever with 32.
Right.
Was I had the blue one. That was an 86.
What year was that, Mike?
Yeah.
It was like
2012. What, the green one was the first one, right?
Green. No, blue one was the first one.
Blue was first.
Yeah.
Green? Okay.
It was like 2009 or something. Like it was. Woo. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Because we were just saying the blue was the Maven one, then 2 before that.
Right, and then the frog one was the green one.
Yeah.
The green one
that was after the blue.
Yeah.
That was after the blue.
That was after the blue. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, it's all blending together now, but it's
the
funny
only difference between that boot really and the 86 that you're in now was the lacing system.
Right.
Yeah, I had a fast track. Yep.
Right.
So it's like everything changes, and I think a couple years I got really psyched on laces, and now I'm gravitating more towards boa. It's just I'm trying just different things out, man. But it's funny that boot. It's cool to come full circle, like first one, and then this is the newest one, and it's 86 still. So it's a testament to like how good the product is, and how like if it's not broke, don't fix it kind of thing either. So I like it. It's really cool. It's this like really nice synthetic, like brown colorway. Kind of looks like leather, but it's not real leather.
Right.
And it's got like yellow laces, and it's a lot. It's different than this one, but this is the same boot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's cool. And I worked on
Same features as that guy. It's
yeah,
got
same
tag
features.
On tongue though.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm obviously always grateful that they give me the opportunity to express myself and to do a colorway on a boot. So yeah, it's all this time, just keep it going.
Right. And it was kind of fun, like when the guys just first got in this morning. We're just talking about boots. That's what we're here for. And one of the things I asked was like, Joe, what are your top 3 boots?
Yeah.
Besides your pro model.
Yeah.
Or like the 86 with your signature colorway. Like what boots do you like kind of navigate towards? And I was really surprised that you picked the boots that you did. And it's fun to hear that you're gravitating towards boa now, which is cool.
Again, I don't even know where it comes from. I think every year I just look at the catalog, like we get sent the catalog, and I'm just like looking through and like look at like kind of these lower end softer boots and thinking about like Highland and Troll and stuff. I'm like, maybe I'll try those ones, like that'd be cool. And so I picked the Shifty Boa, which is the one I've been riding, and the STW Boa, which is like the next one I'll ride.
Right, so that's the Shifty, this is the STW, and this is the Zephyr. They all feature
86.
Excuse me, 86. Sorry, excuse me. They all feature the Comfort Fit liner, which I think is cool because you've been a guy always about comfort, like making sure they fit good, feel good out of the box.
Yeah.
When you ride these boots, do you heat mold them or do you just kind of?
I do sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
If I'm on a trip and maybe bringing a new pair, then I don't.
Sure.
They break in like some of these like this one's so soft. I don't even know if I heat molded this one. It just kind of like did it on its own from just riding in it. But some of the other ones I'll heat mold, and it just depends on where I'm at in my day or time before the year to do it.
Right.
But yeah, I care so much about just like how they feel on my feet and how they feel like when they're in a board. Like if I can if it can bend a little bit, all these little things like that.
Right.
I never really liked boots that were too stiff. So
sure. Right.
There was like a couple years where I had like a hurt ankle where I would like get into a stiffer boot, but like when I'm healthy and good, it's like I want like a softer boot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, Mike, you know specs really well. What are the kind of like the technical flex ratings of each of these?
So out of a 1 to 10,
Okay.
the shifty boa that Joe is holding is rated at a 2.
Really
so
soft.
That's going to be a soft boot.
Good.
The STW that you're holding is rated at a 3.
Okay.
So same liners as you mentioned, but basically the upper is going to just add a little bit more stiffness to it.
Right.
And then the 86 is also rated at a 3. So essentially the same as what the STW is, but just doing it in the traditional lace.
Cool. Cool.
And also doing the Comfort Fit liner. So the Comfort Fit liner is going to be a softer flexing liner to start off with.
Right. Cool. Now, Joe, when you kind of deciding to ride, one or each of these boots, the Shifty and the STW have a fairly similar outsole. It's a SCI Evolution foam.
Yeah.
Super lightweight.
I was worried about that at first because I've always rode like that classic sole.
Right.
So I didn't know how it was going to feel.
That's been your go-to since your first boot.
Since I first started,
Even the Maven had the same sole.
Everything had that sole. So I was kind of like, I don't know, but I don't mind it at all. Like I like it. I don't know. I can't explain why really. It feels. That one was we were talking about like board feel. It's like flat and all these things. And then this one just felt the same, so it feels good.
Cool.
Are you riding a different base plate on your bindings that has changed over the years?
Maybe though, because when I had the flat one, I was riding. That's when I was riding union bindings. I didn't have like the cover, and maybe that had something to do with it.
You didn't ride the footbed?
No, that was for a long time ago. That's when I was wearing like no gloves and stuff though. Like, I had everything all over.
Phase.
Yeah, I had everything all over the place. So now maybe it's like this proper sole with like a boot, like a footbed.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. You know what? Speaking on that glove thing, dude, you know how many kids at Highland stopped wearing gloves in the middle of February because of you? Dude, damn near every kid. I was like, guys, put some gloves on. They're like, no, Joe does it.
There's like still, I get some people are still like, oh, you're wearing gloves now? I'm like, that was like 10 years ago. Like, I'm sorry.
I was like 20, man.
I also cut my hair. Like,
that's good. Now, in each of these differences, there's subtle differences to each of the boots. H3 coiler, independent eye stays, really nice boot, 1-to-1 last, keep moldable liner, right? Sub 2 price point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is nice. And then
which is interesting, and like Joe and I have talked about this, where he doesn't look at boots when he gets them shopping on them, say for price, like a normal consumer would.
Right.
You can put every boot in the line in front of him, have him try them all on, and he's not going to know what price is. So what he picks is what he likes the best on a feel and whatnot. So even though they might be a price point boot, he's going, hey, that's what I like the best. When he does have the option to get the most expensive boot out there, however, his personal preference takes him to what feels the best for him.
And that's a beautiful thing because, not knowing the price points or not focusing on the price points and focusing on the feel.
I think it's a testament to like how good the product is too. Like if I'm picking the lowest end boot, but it's still like something that feels like professional to me, and like that's pretty cool. So.
Right. And that's really nice too, because like riders who are maybe just getting into riding or who have been riding for a long time, who look up to you, see the style of riding and the performance that you have, can get into a very great valued style boot.
Yeah, totally.
And experience the same feels that you experience while you do all the crazy stuff that you do.
Yeah. No, it's
wow.
Yeah, it's fun to just fun to mess around with different stuff, and like I think my tastes change all the time, and like but I have to be authentic and ride what I like, so it's like I'm just riding what I'm gravitating towards at the moment,
Right.
How many pairs of these did you wear or go through?
That's the other thing that's crazy. I was like one, and that was from the beginning of the year all the way through the winter into the summer, all the summer stuff.
Wow.
And I still have, like, if I were to go snowboard tomorrow, I'd probably wear the pair that I have. Like, they're fine. So pretty cool. That's actually really impressive because
it is, especially being a price conscious boot. And I think that speaks a long way to say that the boot is not going to break down when somebody is riding it as many days that you do.
And just in them all the time. Like even if I'm not riding, we're walking around in the snow. Like you're in your boots on a snowboard rail trip, like more than you're on your board. So it's like it's pretty cool.
Or even in your shoes.
Yeah, exactly. So they've lasted a really long time. I'm super impressed with them, and I like them a lot.
Cool. Now, for each of these boots, where do you imagine you selecting them in your terrain choice? I know you ride in the street a lot, but like, what would you go? Like today, what would make you think today I'm gonna ride the Shifty? Today I'm gonna ride the SE, and
I don't know.
Or the 86.
If I'm on a boot, it's what I'm riding until like they're done, and then I'll ride a new one.
No matter what.
I don't. Yeah, no matter what.
Terrain,
powder. If I'm on a powder trip, like it doesn't matter. I don't really mix it up and ride different boots for different like terrain. Cool. So I ride one pair until they're like dust, and then I'll ride a new pair.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Now with the 86, the mid-season or the late release, when does your boot colorway drop?
Like middle of October, so in like a couple weeks.
A couple weeks.
Yeah.
Wow. So we're gonna be getting those in like really, really soon.
Yeah.
Cool.
They're already up on your guys' site, so that you can take a look at them there. They'll be in stock by October 15th.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 10/15 is the date.
And that boot is solid as well. Like, you know, that was the one I rode before this one. So it's like I said, that's the one I rode forever. That one's kind of like old trusty. And then I'm messing around with some new stuff, but it's like, I still love that boot as well.
Right. Yeah, you know, it is kind of fun to think about that too. Is like, you know what your staple is. Like, this is a golden boot.
Yeah.
But I'm going to venture out a little bit. Maybe I'll try something BOA. Why do you think you are wanting to try and get on BOA more?
Laziness.
Laziness.
If I had to, I just think from being on rail trips and stuff, I like picture when you're walking around, like, I don't know, your lace, if you're untied, your laces can kind of like flop around in the snow. There was something about when I first tried it, I was like, if we wanted to do something, it was just like, I could just snap in. It's like, I don't know, to me, it was really cool. And I never really messed with it because I never really thought about it. But now I'm like, I don't know, I really like the way it felt, and I liked the convenience of it. It was just like, it didn't feel like, before it felt like part of the big day was like lacing up your boots, and now it's like
the tradition.
That's not really a big part of it anymore. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. Wow. No, Mike, are you surprised to see Joe gravitate towards these three boots? Obviously, the 86, that's a no-brainer, right? But what are your thoughts on Joe kind of literally, like stepping into these into the SCW and the Shifty?
You know, I'm not surprised based off the guts of what these boots are, because that's exactly what he likes and has been riding for a number of years. The big change is just the lacing system, going from a traditional lace onto BOA being a convenience lacing system.
Right.
So that's the surprise to me of you switching over to that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have a stigma against maybe a convenience lacing system and not wanting to go with that. Maybe they grew up riding a traditional lace like we all did, and that's what we've always stuck to. So I think it's great that Joe is expanding the horizons and looking outside of the box that you've always done and going into something that's not necessarily even newer, but kind of becoming the norm in snowboarding, and also being convenient, and kind of leading that with 32 as well.
Right.
Like Bradshaw just went into having a BOA in his lash boot this year as well. So I think it's kind of opening new doors with what these guys are doing with some of it. So it's letting the kids know that BOA is cool to ride.
Right. It is. It fits great. It's convenient. And you don't have to step on your laces and get them all shitty.
Right.
That's a big one.
And you don't have calluses on your hand for...
Dude, the little pinky calluses? Dude, every season, man.
Yeah.
Dude.
It starts off rough, and then they get tough as it goes on.
Yeah. Well, it's really nice to have you guys in. Joe, always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool, you're welcome. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Yeah, and of course, thank you guys for watching. These are Joe Sexton's top 3 boots from the 2020 32 lineup. Thanks so much, and hopefully we'll see you guys on snow. Peace. Thanks for watching. 32 is one of my favorite brands that makes boots, and they actually make shoes under the Soul Tech label. They have great fit, intuition, and a lot of different styles for any kind of terrain type or riding ability. Make sure to check out 32atthehouse.com by selecting the links below in the description. Subscribe to the channel there, check out more vids there, and hopefully we'll see you guys on snow.